Okay, so we're reviewing for the final exam, and as we're reading through, we're looking at this question. It says, what is the solution to the algebraic equation 8 less than 3 times a number is 25? So we need to translate the phrase less than, tells us we're going to subtract, not as opposed to is less than, which would tell us to use the less than symbol. Okay, we're going to subtract 8 from 3 times a number. Okay, so that's 3 times a number minus 8 tells us equals 25. Once we have the equation, then we have to solve it. You might want to use the N solver on your calculator, which is found by pressing menu 3, 1, okay, and using it that way, or you can solve it using the good old-fashioned solving steps. Right? So I'm going to show you on the calculator real quick, and then let you decide which you like better. So you go into Scratchpad, you press menu, choose number 3, then number 1, then you type your equation. So in this case that was 3n minus 8 equals 25, and then we have to type comma, and then our variable was n, so we need to press n. Okay, then we hit enter, and our answer is 11. Okay, so we know that n would equal 11. On our bubble, plus 11. Not absolutely necessary to put the positive sign, but it doesn't hurt either. Okay, if you wanted to do this by hand, you would first find the eraser. Okay, you would add 8 to each side to zero it out. So 3n equals 33. Then you divide by 3, and you still get n equals 11. Right? For 3 in the quadratic equation, x squared minus x plus c equals 0. C represents an unknown constant. If x equals -3 is one of the solutions, what is the value of c? So if it's a solution, we get to substitute it in. So we replace the x with -3, being sure to put parentheses around, or we might mess up our answer. Okay, once we're here, you can put it into nsolve, or you can simplify and solve by hand. The answer to this question is -12. Okay. All right, for number 2, what is the solution to the equation 7 times the sum of a number and 3 is 9 greater than 5 times the number? Okay, so 7 times the sum, as soon as we read the sum or the difference, we know to put parentheses, and we read it out, the sum of a number and 3, that whole thing is the sum. Okay, so that would translate to 7, and then a number, we'll use n, and 3, so we're adding 3, is 9 greater than tells us to add 9 to 5 times the number, so 5n. Okay, so here you can either use your n solver or use your solving steps. Okay. Actually, on this one I'm going to show you how to solve it by hand. So we do 7 times n and 7 times 3, and we'll get 7n plus 21. And then we have 5n plus 9. So we'll subtract 21 to zero it out. Subtract 5n so that we zero that out. So we're going to put minus 21 here and minus 5n here to keep things balanced. So we have 2n equals negative, oh my gosh, drawn a blank, 12. Yes, 12. And then we divide by 2, and n is -6. Okay, so that would be -6, just like that, left to right. Okay? All right, which algebraic expression is equivalent to the phrase, the product of a number and 6 decreased by 2? Okay, product tells us to multiply. We're multiplying a number in 6, so that would be n times 6, decreased by, tells us we're going to subtract 2. So we don't normally write n times 6, we write 6n minus 2. That's it. What algebraic expression is equivalent to 3 times the sum of n cubed and 1? So 3 times the sum, again we go with the parentheses, we read through the sum of n cubed and 1, so our n is there. So that's going to be 3 times the sum, we're adding numbers together, n cubed and 1. That's it. Alrighty, next. What is the value of a in the following equation? All right, this is, again, one we can do by hand or use our n solver. Okay, if you're doing it by hand, remember to distribute both. So we get 7a plus 15a minus 3 equals 19. So 7 and 15 makes 22. Then we would add the 3 to both sides. 22a equals 22, a equals 1. So positive 1. Okay. Oh, number 8. The perimeter of a rectangular frame is 98 centimeters. The length of the rectangle is 3 more than the width. Okay, so we have a rectangle. We know that rectangles, one side is the width and the other is the length. And in this case, the length is 3 more than the width. So that means we take the width and add 3 to it. We know that opposite sides of rectangles are equal in length. So we know perimeter is found by adding all the sides. So we're going to add w plus 3 and w plus 3 and w, add them all up, and we get 4w plus 6, and the perimeter is 98. Okay. So we'd subtract the 6, 4w equals 92, divide by 4, and w equals 23. Okay. They want the length and the width, so since the width is 23, we know that's a 3 for sure. Okay. The length would be w plus 3, or 23 plus 3, which is 26. And our measurements were centimeters, so we're going to put the centimeters. Okay, the length of a rectangle is 6x minus 3, and the width is x minus 9. What expression represents the perimeter? Okay, same kind of idea. We have a rectangle. One side is x minus 9. The other side is 6x minus 3. And we know that opposite sides are equal. And we know that to find perimeter, we add up all the sides. So the perimeter, and now I don't usually write the p equals because they said expression, but I just want y'all to be aware that sometimes other people do write the p equals. So if you see p equals, that's fine, but it really would be better if you just wrote the expression. So in this case, we're going to have x minus 9, 6x minus 3, 6x minus 3, and we add them all up, and we get 1, 2, 8, 14x, negative 9 and negative 9 is negative 18, negative 3 is negative 21, plus negative 3 is negative 24. So that's our answer, 14x minus 24. Okay. Scroll on up some more. All right. Question 7, the sides of a scaling triangle measure 13m minus 2, m plus 5, and 2m minus 1. What is the perimeter P of the triangle in terms of m? So the perimeter is we add up all the sides. So we have 13m minus 2, m plus 5, 2m minus 1. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3, minus 1 is 2, positive 2. 13 plus 1 is 14, plus 2 more makes 16. So 16m plus 2. And this one we do put p equals because it says what is the perimeter p of the triangle in terms of m. It doesn't say expression, so I'm okay with the p equals there. Okay, your question 10 should look like the red here, not the one that's pre-printed. Okay, we're simplifying the expression, so you want to distribute. So we have 27 plus 6x plus 18 plus 2x. Like terms, 27 and 18, 6x and 2x. 6 plus 2 is 8x. 27 plus 18 is 45.